There are many restrictions to your line of sight, such as curves, hills, large vehicles, weather conditions, buildings, trees, dirty windshields. You need to develop the art of scanning. Glance continually and quickly through your orderly visual search pattern. Look and see as you scan, but do not stare at one event or clue. Staring blocks out side vision, causes lack of attention, and tends to create high-risk driving habits. Selective seeing means that you identify and select only those clues and events that restrict your line of sight, can change your intended path of travel. Develop the technique of selective seeing in your identifying process. Look for open zones. Use your visual search pattern to look for specific driving-related clues that might cause an open zone to close. What clues do you have that the parked red car might pull out and close your zone? Clues you search for will change as you drive in different environments. When driving in the city, search for intersections, parked cars, pedestrians, and traffic. On open highways, search much farther ahead for crossroads, slow-moving vehicles, and animals. When you drive on expressways, speeds are higher and scanning all zones become even more critical. Regardless of the driving environment, you should always look for other roadway users, features, changing conditions, and traffic controls that may affect your intended path of travel. Look for other users. Watch for movement of other roadway users, especially in areas that have shadows or shade. Watch for pedestrians and bicyclists. A large truck can restrict your line of sight and may prevent you from seeing another user. When other vehicles are approaching, use ground viewing to see where they're headed by checking the direction of their front wheels. Ground viewing is making quick glances to the roadway in front of your vehicle. Always be on the lookout for problem drivers. Can you identify any problem drivers in this picture? Look for roadway features and conditions. The roadway itself is another important area to watch. Identify early intersections, hills, and curves. Be aware that the width of your lane might be reduced for road construction or other obstacles. An intersection is a high-risk area where the management of your path travel needs constant attention. Drivers need to look for many different possible conflicts in close traffic. What hazards could challenge a driver in this situation? Change from a multi-lane to a single-lane road. Multi-lane roadways are often narrow into single-lane roadways. Check your left front, right front, and rear zones before moving through the lane. Standing water, patches of snow, potholes, or objects in the roadway can narrow a lane. Identify the conditions early and then check your rear zone to see if there might be a problem if you need to stop. A change in weather may cause dry roadway surfaces to get wet and slippery with rain, snow, or ice. A gravel surface can cause sliding or skidding just like a wet or slippery surface. Heavy rain can cause dangerous landslides. Good scanning habits will help you identify sudden actions or conflicts such as bicyclists, pedestrians, parked vehicles, animals, shopping center entrances and exits, roadside stands, and restaurants. Be aware and search for other drivers who can appear from almost any location. Look for traffic controls. Traffic controls can be in many different places. At major intersections, controls can be overhead, in the center of the road, or on a corner. When you predict, you take the information you have identified and imagine what might happen. You predict where possible conflicts may occur. Can you predict a conflict in this situation? Predicting involves what is happening in your zones, what could happen, and if it does happen, how the change could affect you. To predict, you must evaluate the situation and make a judgment about the possible consequences. As you are gaining driving experience, you will become more selective about which hazards or possible conflicts are critical. Scanning your target areas can help you predict the hazard that may affect your path of travel. What might you predict will happen if you were this driver? What to predict? 3 major elements in the traffic scene that you must make predictions are the actions of other users, your control of the vehicle, and your consequences, or the consequences of your actions. Do not assume other drivers will make the right move.